I'm going to go live on YouTube today and see how that streaming goes. Hey YouTube, it has been a little while. Wait, are we streaming yet? Yes, we are streaming. Hey YouTube. So I'm gonna see if the connection is better. Where you guys? Oh, it says my connection is unstable. Please wait while we retry. Okay, so be it. It's gonna try. So if this, for YouTube viewers, if this looks a little bit too, grainy for you, and I hope it's better today, come join me on Facebook. I'm also live on my Facebook business page at the exact same time. Yay! Yay, 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 yay. So this is the final drop of the Epic Melanin Dream series. I have been here every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 12 p.m. Pacific for most of June. So it's been at least, 3 weeks of June that I've been here for the Epic Melanin Dream series. And it has been a joy. And I've been listening to your comments and your inboxes, and it's been really interesting too to see, because you never know what's going to happen. Like there's the stuff that's planned, and then there's stuff that's just unplanned. Wait, let me get into this first for those who are seeing me and hearing me for the first time. I am Master Naima, and my company is in the business of helping melanin transformational leaders come into full power with money. So taking your signature intelligence, your unique gifts and abilities, particularly in the realm of spirituality. So we're talking about high spiritual science. We're talking about high spiritual wellness, spirituality at large, metaphysics, and the like, and helping you take that intelligence, package it according to who you be, right? And we go very much into who you be when we work together, and making sure who you be and the actual intelligence and the way that you help people is all infused and packaged into what it is that you offer in your business, and then showing you the acumen to then taking that and selling it online. So keep in mind, our business is, we teach you how to make money online. Yes, there's events and workshops and all those things offline. However, you will be very wise. Please trust me, as a woman who has made 98%, and I'm like rounding that. There's one event that I did. Well, I've done, retreats and events and stuff, but the way that I got people into my offline events was through online. Most of the money that I have made has been through online marketing. So anyway, I could get into that, and I will at a later time. It's just my intent is to be clear here about what it is that we are teaching you and what it is that we are doing. So this Epic Melanin Dream series has been interesting to see how many people showed up from Africa. So this is the value of you learning how to build your coaching and training and mentoring business online. You want to move to Ghana? If you're an American who wants to move to Jamaica, you're an American who wants to move to Paris, you are from Estonia and you want to move to London, you are Australian and you want to move to Bali. Like, I know a Black woman right now, her dream is to move to New Zealand. You want to do that? Darling, build an online coaching business. That is the ticket. I spent 4 years living between Italy and France. And why was I able to do that? Because my business was online. So my expertise, my high-level skills is how you leverage social media to build a thriving company. And right, everybody has access, right? How do you win? How do some people win and some people don't? It's really in who they be, which is great, because you have the ultimate power. It's who you be, the power that you're willing to cultivate and assert deliberately. Yay! So this is the final series. This is the final video of the Epic Melanin Dream series. And today I'm talking about, melanin sovereignty. Okay, where do you go now? So this right here, where you guys have been watching, hey, Facebook, what's up? Say hi to me. So as you guys have been watching me out here, this has been like the wilderness, the jungle, right? There's no accountability. What change have you really made? Hey, Zelma, right? Have you really shifted anything at a core level? Did you get your first $2,000, $5,000 client? What has shifted for you in watching these YouTube videos or these Facebook videos? What has shifted for you? What outcome have you received? What have you changed? Have you changed your relationship with money? Like, it's been inspiring. Like, I've been getting a lot of comments of like, oh, this is so yummy. I resonate with this is so much. This is so great. Thank you for sharing this. Like, I've gotten a lot of that. But what real change have you experienced? My business here is not to help you spiritually masturbate, is what I call it. You scroll Facebook and you scroll YouTube and you scroll a bunch of stuff and it feels good and yummy and alive and but then when the lights go out at night and next week in August of 2020 and come Christmas 2020, because unless you die, you're going to be here Christmas 2020. Like, do you plan to die before Christmas 2020? I mean, some people do, right? Like, some people are even considering if they even want to stay on planet Earth or if they want to end their life, right? That could be you, right? The paradox is what a glorious place that can be to consider if you're really going to stay here and make your fucking life count. That's the beauty of having a conversation with God. Of, am I going to fucking end my life or am I going to stay here? And if I stay here, am I really going to make this shit fucking worth it? That's the bright side of considering suicide. That's what they don't tell you. So if you're at that place, what a blessing. What a blessing that you get to, from scratch, say, okay, you know what? Either I'm out, I'm done with this shit, I'm done hurting, I'm done suffering, I'm done not being able to figure it out, I'm done with this shit. Or being like, I was born, so I must have some reason here. And even beyond that reason, if you already know that you're a descendant of royalty, if you already know you are so immensely powerful and it has just been difficult for you to step into that because you're around a bunch of zombies all the time, because you are so saturated with this negativity, because you are so, just arrested by the climate that we're in right now. And it has just arrested your spirit, arrested your way of thinking and being, just arrested you. And you have had a hard time crawling yourself out of the hate and negativity and the mess that the world is in right now. Like, that is a blessing to cultivate the skill to crawl out of deliberately and create on purpose. So no matter where you are, whether you are considering if you're going to stay here or not, or you're like, how do I really make my life count now? Okay, I've hurt, I've cried, I've prayed. Okay, now what am I going to do to take this sovereign way of being that I know is inside of me, really cultivate it, package what I know, and bring that to the marketplace? So that's what I want to get at here today. All right. So the accountability that's going to be required. So let me even break down what's going to be required of you. So that, let me back it up. Let me back it up and say this. So I feel the chills coming right now. What was so important to be said? So I have a tendency. So because I've been in this industry for a long time, and there's certain things that I take for granted. And I have come to realize that by the conversations I've been having with Melanin Transformational. So really listen to me right now. This is so important. If you are a Melanin Transformational leader and you're very clear that you're meant to make good money with your spiritual intelligence. Remember, I'm talking about high spiritual science, metaphysics, spirituality at large, etc. So many of you do not know what you're doing. You actually don't know how to create a thriving business. Many of you are still doing hourly sessions. That is not the way to build a thriving business. That is not the way you're going to be able to move to Jamaica, move to Ghana, move to Paris, move to New Zealand, or whatever. If you're going to stay in the United States, that's not how you're going to create the financial freedom that you're looking for. Doing hourly sessions, doing even doing single sessions. The nature of your work, understand the nature of your work is deep and high in nature. Your clients are not going to get the full value of what you do in a single session, not even 3 sessions. It's just not going to happen. How many times have you had a single session with somebody and maybe you tried to squeeze a bunch into that one session and you felt rushed or you felt incomplete? You have to start respecting what it is that you do. So first, I want to preface everything I'm getting ready to say with that. Now, moving on. So I have built, for those of you who are new to me, I built a 7-figure coaching business in under 4 years. Now, keep in mind, this was after I had struggled. Okay. So I came into the business just some black girl just wanting to help people, right? Just a black girl just wanting to help people, right? I wanted to be want is a word of lack. So my desire was to myself to change and become courageous and also help others to change and become courageous, right? What is so important for you to know that I learned over time is that one, just wanting to help people, like I want to help people because I'm just so sick of this it's just not enough, dear. It's not enough, okay? And stick with me, stay here, get this. Or if you need to leave, or if it's not need, but if it's important for you to leave, come back and look at the replay, okay? 2, this is a business. Business meaning there's an exchange of value and money. Meaning this is your business. Until you cultivate the mindset of money, which is what you're going to do when you come into the launch that's happening. It's a free launch where there's structure and accountability. You're not going to have structure and accountability by hopping from webinar to YouTube video to Google post to blog post and then trying to tinker with a bunch of things and let me try this and try to figure that. I've done that. Everybody has done that. We've all done it. All of us who are beyond 6 figures and have consistently done that, we've all done it. And I'm sharing this with you. And so pardon me if you know this, if I'm like preaching to the choir, pardon me. Okay. The conversations that I'm having with Melanin transformational leaders is that so many Melanin coaches, healers, teachers don't know this. Like I thought this stuff was common knowledge. Word on the street is it's not common knowledge in the Melanin community that you don't hop around, that you don't do hourly sessions, that you don't do high spiritual. It is so out of order to do high spiritual work and be charging pennies for it. The money is a reflection of the value. It's so important that you get that. The money is a reflection of the value. Okay. So what you're going to get in us working together inside of this launch, which the date is not up yet, but the date will be coming up this week. To be notified of it, enter your email with the link with this video. Enter your email with the link with this video. Inside of this launch, I'm going to show you how to create an online thriving coaching training business with your spiritual knowledge, with your knowledge of high spirituality, with your knowledge of metaphysics, with your knowledge of spiritual well-being, with your knowledge of healing. We're also going to do inside of this structured launch, which is for free, which I'm going to notify you of when you enter your email with the link with this video. We're also going to go into transforming your relationship with money. Darling, what I have learned being in all of my fancy coaching programs, okay, where I have been the only Black woman or one of 2 or 3, is that 1, there is a relationship with money, and that 2, this Black identity, it's thick and it's deep. The Black identity. This, as I said last week, where Black people, and I'm using these interchangeably, melanin and Black, right? Melanin transformational leaders, coaches, healers, teachers only see themselves selling to themselves and they don't even know it. They only see themselves selling to themselves and they don't even know it. You know how you know what a person really thinks? By what shows up in their life and what they allow to stick in their life. A person can talk all day. They can post different things all day. what their life really looks like, what they allow to really stay in their life is what they really believe. So if you constantly have, first of all, no money showing up, right? That's a whole other conversation, right? But if you constantly have Black clients showing up and only Black clients showing up, that's because unconsciously you actually only think that's who's buying from you. When, as I said last week, when you are clear and you are sovereign, I'm just having nonstop chills right now as I'm speaking. When you are clear and you are sovereign, when I mean you are free of all of the thoughts that God knows white supremacy has filled you up with, that modern day disconnection from self has fed you with, all the stories, that illusions that it would put into you at childhood that you clung to unconsciously, still cling to, all the, if you've let lower nature men ejaculate inside of you, all of that, what you've inherited that you've yet to identify is not yours, and done the work to clear yourself of that. I mean, like, all of this. You think you're going to build a 6 and 7 figure business with all of that, right? So the unconscious level way of being that's creating who you are, this whole Black identity that I have come to know by constantly being in these rooms where I'm the only Black person and seeing my Blackness like slap me in the face in a way that I was willing to look at objectively. Really look at it without emotion. Just look at the facts of it. So inside of this launch, it's the Melanin Sovereignty launch. Hey! The Melanin Sovereignty launch, which the date will be announced this week. All right. So excited. Wow. So this is huge. Nobody is teaching. Nobody. This is big. And I'm really counting on melanin leaders to come in, do this work, spread this message, and represent. Let us see, not just show us the money. I mean, let us see in who you be. When you are legit, people can feel it. When you are on and real and awake and aware and sovereign, that shit fucking bleeds through the internet. That's what we're doing inside of this Melanin Sovereignty launch. That's what's next after this epic Melanin Dream series. So we are, what you probably are already seeing out there is there's a lot of like generic coaching. Like, I know of a Black coach group right now, and it's all kind of coaches in there. Melanin transformational leaders, business coach, like all of it. I'm focusing on, my company is focusing on, my team is focusing on the high spiritual domain, metaphysics, spiritual wellness, healing, high spiritual knowledge. That's what's going to make this shit shake. What? Man, listen. I could go on I'll save that for the launch. But that is what's next. So if you are a melanin transformational leader, okay, meaning you're Black or you're of color, okay, and you work in the domains that I just mentioned, metaphysics, high spiritual knowledge, high spiritual intelligence, spiritual well-being. Okay. Hey, Renelle. All of that, even if you work in the realm of relationships, but your work in relationships is about the man or the woman coming into spirituality and wellness within themselves, like, that's spiritual. If that is your work and your melanin, and you are very clear that there is a full power that you are yet to have embodied, you're ready to embody that and do a minimum of 6 figures. If you're already at 6 figures, I'm going to show you how to do multiple 6 figures. And you're ready to learn the business model, the business acumen, the ways of being the actual business structure. Like, how do you actually make money online? Like, what business model will I create? What will be the packages that I will offer? Who will I be? What's the actual outcome that my clients get from working with me? What am I going to price my packages as? Like, all that stuff that matters, right? Then, not even then, like, that's like after. Before that, why does it even matter? Why? What's the desire? What are you going to do with the money? What are you going to do with your life? Why does it matter? Are you moving? I'm a part of a Facebook group. I got invited. It's called Blacksit for Black Americans who are ready to move abroad. Folks want to move to Ghana and New Zealand and Paris and Bali. Folks are moving. How are you funding that lifestyle, you and your family? I'm telling you guys, this is easy. And what I have learned, man, I have so much to teach you guys. What I have learned being in these coaching communities, because I've always asked, like, where are the Black people? Why am I the only one here? One, our thinking is so deeply flawed. The Black identity thing is a real, what's the word? Not virus. It's just full of illusions, Poor Black identity. And when I say poor, I don't mean just money. I mean, like, and it's so unconscious. So much of it is so unconscious. So, but that also means you have power over it. Inside of this Melanin Sovereignty launch, we're going to be going deep into yourself. The goal is to get you results so that you move forward after the launch. Bottom line, where you actually start, the shifts already start happening. People start noticing you being a little different. You start experiencing yourself being a little different. Maybe you're already talking with prospective clients and you're not closing deals, or you're not marketing, or you're feeling heavy and lethargic. That lightens up by being inside of this launch, right? Confusion you had around packaging and pricing, or even feeling greedy. Like, I had a client who was feeling greedy about marketing because of COVID and the riots and what do you call that? A recession and all that. Lighten that up. Like, this stuff is so easy. And of course you're going to have feelings and stuff is going to feel hard. Like, that comes with the territories. It's not like, oh, you're going to have no feelings and you learn how to move through that. Because as I said last week, oh, that's another thing. I have been here every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 12 p.m. Pacific. So go back. There's a lot for you to watch. There's a ton. Okay, it's on the Facebook business page, all of them. And there's some of them on YouTube, because I didn't go live all of this week and I'm going to go back and look and see if it's, like, on my screen right now, YouTube looks so clear, but I don't know if it's actually going to be clear when I go look at YouTube. So I'll see. But, where was I? Oh, I said last Friday, there are people who come through the pain and get better. And there are people who come through the pain and they get worse. What is the difference between the two? It's learning how to navigate this emotional space. This is tall order. I've said this countless times, and I've always said it within the context of masters. It is a tall order whether you're a master or not. Being able to go bigger when something inside of you, part of you, wants to pull down lower. Then when you even get good with that, there's used to choosing higher when there's a part of you that wants to go lower. Then there's even getting to the place, because there's levels to this, there's getting to a place where you don't even feel the lower, right? That you got to really go a lot higher to even start to feel, because there's levels. You guys, I'm getting ready to wrap up here and go, because I could go on and on and on. Know who you are as a melanin being. You are a descendant of royalty. That's not just some fancy saying. Do you ever feel how out of order it is to be walking around with this skin and to struggle with money? Does that ever feel like completely out of order to you? Because it is. That's why. You are a descendant particularly if you're really seriously drawn to me, like, and you're like, Naima is my person, and you're like, what she's saying, I know to be on point, legit, especially if that's you, it's highly likely that you're a descendant of a high ruling class. Okay? So, with that, it should feel completely out of order, completely sickening to struggle with money. It should be deeply disturbing to have the intelligence that you have, to know what you know, to be of such a high spiritual order and struggle. Like that should be deeply disturbing. Inside of the launch, that is going to get cleared up so much because the goal is to get you results. Before this launch is over, you're going to be like, this is home. Unless it's not for you, which is great. Like, that's exactly what I'm looking for. The people who are like, oh, that was cool. That was not. It's not for them. There's levels to this. Not everybody has access. Not everybody has the power. I know we live in this inclusive society where, oh, every eighth trait. I had a download this morning that we're living in a society of inclusion is in the same family as eighth place trophies. Do you want an eighth place trophy? Do you want your child to have a trophy of eighth place? Or are you looking for your child to be first place? Like, either you are or you're not. That's what I love about this launch. You're going to have people that are going to be like, oh, that was nice. That was cool. That was great. Thank you. Those are not my people. The people who are like, this is my home. This is it. This is how I'm going to reach my 6 figures. This is how I'm going to reach my 7 figures. This is how I'm going to become the power that I know who I am. Those are the people who are going to stick around. And that's exactly who I wish to stick around. I am Master Naima because I am a master. Let me tell you another problem with Black people's head. As soon as I say Master Naima, this is how fucked up their head is. Oh, am I a slave if you're a master? That's how fucked up our thinking is. You're only a slave if you're a slave in the head. As soon as you come into right high spiritual knowledge, you automatically know that you're a master too. This is what I mean. The correction of thought happens inside of my launch. Melanin sovereignty. Melanin sovereignty. So if you wish to cultivate the power that is in you, that has always been in you, by the way, right? That you have allowed yourself to be sloppy around up until now, that you have allowed yourself to be locked away by fear, locked away by, you know how limiting Abraham Hicks is? Don't send me no videos about Esther and Abraham Hicks. That is limited spiritual insight. I'm coming from full, the highest, the all. That is where melanin folk come from. Do you hear me? This modern day new age, Abraham Hicks, law of attraction, that is limited. That is a fraction of the all. You want the all? And you see, I'm constantly like, not want is of lack. If you are about the all, melanin sovereignty, the launch. Is it important to you to learn how to navigate and circumvent the heaviness that comes with being Black? To circumvent the vitriol and the inherited ugliness, the what you've inherited from your great grandmother, all the unfulfilled dreams that you inherited, all of the lower nature ways of being and thinking that you inherited that are not yours, but you walk around like it's yours. So you wonder why you can't market right, while deep inside of you something is burning to come out, but you got all this dense, heavy, ugly stuff that gets in the way. Why you can't make the money? That's what the fuck I'm here for. This is melanin sovereignty. You already got it. We burning shit inside of my launch. We burning shit. We killing illusions. It's already in you. It's just cleaning out the gutter. That's what we doing. You got white leaders around here killing it, dishing out a fraction of what you got, a fraction. I'm telling you, and you already know this, so part of me is preaching to the choir when I say what I'm getting ready to say. The shift that we are looking for happens when more of us come out into the marketplace powerfully and profitably. I know you ain't waiting for Trump, right? I know you ain't waiting for P. Diddy to come up and speak for you. I know you ain't waiting for Don Lennon. And in this coaching and transformation space, you showing up powerfully and profitably is what's going to change the industry. You sick and tired of seeing so many of us quitting because we're frustrated and tired because we're so saturated with this poverty-stricken Black identity. So many of us, when we do go and hire a white coach who's racist and will never admit that they're racist, they can't even see you. So here you are waiting to be seen, hoping to be seen by your racist white coach. And what do you end up doing? Not making the money. So you end up just paying her hella shit, not going nowhere. And then what ends up happening? Quitting. You quit. I have seen that time and time and time and time again. Fabian Fredrickson. They lit her up on Instagram. I saw Fabian Fredrickson's racism years ago, and this woman is making millions. Black women, white women on her feed, over 100 comments, white women on her feed, like, I saw the racism in you a year ago. Yet you got black women, none of her black clients win. None of them. But they paying her $500,000, $700,000 or more a month. None of them win. You want to go do that? I've seen it, darling. I've been in this industry since 2011. I made my 7 figures, first of all, getting not seen by my white coach, duking it out, which most of y'all, first of all, you're not going to do it and you shouldn't have to do it. Looking past the racism to get what I came for, then being fucking so, you guys don't understand the level of viciousness, commitment, the level of commitment that has been in me over the years, that I'm going to be a boutique business. I'm going exclusively high end. These pennies around here that a lot of these black coaches, I just can't even believe it. But with the awareness that I have now, yeah, I can believe it. This black identity that I've talked about that has so many of us not make it. I'm not even about to repeat myself. You get what I'm saying. All of that being said, I'm telling you as a matter of fact, not because I'm inspiring you to come into the launch, not because, oh, I hope you can do it. I'm not because I'm rooting for you, and not even that. It's because you have it. I have it. That means you have it. Meaning, and let me also clarify here. I talked about last week about the ideal mind and this inclusive mind that we all have. It's like, oh, we want everybody to win. We want those of you who will win with me are radically drawn to me from a place of truth. Not because, oh, Naima, you inspire me so much. I resonate with this so much. No, there's a lot of people who think that, and they've enrolled with me over the years. And those are the people who like to spiritually masturbate, is what I call it. They love to go on YouTube and watch Abraham Hicks videos and law of attraction and spiritual and feel all high and never go anywhere. No, I'm not interested in you. That's your way. I'm talking about those of you who have known since you were young and have come to know it even more, even if you haven't told anybody, you don't live it right now. You know inside of you that you are indeed a master. And I don't mean this slave master colonial consciousness that white folks got y'all tripping over. I'm talking about the place in you that knows that you are a descendant of a ruling class, that you have high spiritual intelligence that's so easy for you, that you just got it. You have high spiritual intelligence. You have high spiritual knowledge that far exceeds this law of attraction, new age. Your stuff is deep and high. It's connected to the all. You're very clear that you're meant to serve through that. You're very clear that part of your angst and worry and fear is because you're not living in alignment and in full power and full truth and full assertion and full deliberateness with the intelligence and power that you have. And you know that when you move through that, and that you're only going to move through that with somebody who's qualified and adequate to do it, and that all of your, whatever you want to call them, other coaches ain't got it. I'm made for this. I am an anomaly easily. And you will be too. When you come into the Melanin Sovereignty launch, it is free, absolutely free. There's no obligation. And I expect that you will make home for those of you who know that this is home, because many are called and few are chosen. Many will be excited and will come and will eat and feast and enjoy it, and that will be more than enough for them. They'll be like, that was nice. Anybody who sees the high spiritual knowledge and intelligence and wisdom that you bring and is just, oh, that's nice, those are not your people. Isn't that great feedback? You don't have to wonder. So enter your email with the link with this video to be notified of the launch. It's going to be sent out this week. Oh my God. It's going to be sent out this week. The Melanin Sovereignty launch this week. The Melanin Sovereignty launch. Enter your email with this video. You will probably be the first in your bloodline to do such a thing. You will be one of the few Black people who's doing this. You will be one of the few Black people who's doing this. You're going to shake some shit. And it is so important that you're among people who have the skill and the capacity, who understand spiritual warfare, who are not afraid of spiritual warfare, who are not afraid to shoot. When I say shoot, I mean metaphorically. It's still time for me to learn how to shoot an actual gun, but I mean who's not afraid to kill in the spiritual world. See, they don't tell you. People say spirit. Not all spirits are benevolent spirits. Are you unafraid to kill in the spiritual world? They coming after you, right? How do you protect yourself? Like, it is so important that with all the evil that's on the rise right now, that you have the skill and the capacity. Baby, heaven on earth now. It is here. There is work to be done. It's not all sunshine and roses, but I'm telling you, you get around the right people with the right heart. Success is yours. So click the link with this video, send me your email so then I know that you wish to be notified of the Melanin Sovereignty launch that will be announced this week. And I'll be in communication soon. Thank you so much for joining me for this epic Melanin Dream series. Every single video is still on my Facebook business page. So if you're watching this on YouTube and you wish to see all of them, there are at least 10 videos, okay? You can go to Facebook and look at each and every one of them, okay? Thank you so much for being here. And share this video if you have found value. Enact the law of reciprocity and share it here. Thank you so much.